Hey guys, welcome to Wave. We talk about a lot of things related to long-term crypto investing. If that interests you, then like and subscribe to our channel. This is probably the best thing that you can do, to avoid making serious mistakes in your crypto portfolio. Today we'll talk about an interesting aspect of the crypto world today, which is what is Bitcoin's price going to be this year? When will it bottom out? When is it a right time to enter? Before that, let's look at this. The Fed has issued the biggest rate hike in 22 years. And they increased the interest rates by about 0.5%. What does that mean for you and me? It means every time the Fed increases the interest rate, the first thing that's going to happen is the borrowing becomes more expensive. And then deposit yields get more. But the last and most important thing, which really affects us as investors, is that stocks and bonds and cryptos are in trouble. And that's what you've seen in the last few weeks, where stock markets have crashed, especially tech stocks. So it's not just cryptos that are 70, 80% down. Even a number of tech startups like Snapchat, for instance, they're about 70% down. Right? A number of tech startups are way lower than what they were trading at from their all-time highs and so on. So don't worry, don't think it's only the crypto markets that are crashing. If you look at the crypto fear and greed index, right, today that number is at 13. The closer it is to zero, it means there is extreme fear in the market, and the closer it is to 100, it means there's extreme greed in the market. So for you as an investor, if there is extreme fear, that is a buying opportunity because a lot of people are willing to sell, very less people to buy, prices crash. If it is closer to 100, that means there's extreme greed. It means that the market is overvalued. It is probably a good time to sell because there are a lot of people willing to buy, right? And today it is at 13. A month ago it was at 24. That means the fear is only increased, right? There was an anticipation of the rate increase, and now that the rate increase has happened, the fear is only increased. It is, this number is reducing and reducing, and there's more and more fear in the markets. If you look at the analysis in terms of what are crypto holders facing, like what are they feeling right now, or what is their profitability right now? About 51% of people who are holding Bitcoin are in profit, and 47% are at a loss. Right? That means roughly half of them are at a loss, or close to half are at a loss. This is another figure here. 60% have held it for more than a year, so it makes sense. That's why almost 51% of them are actually in profit. Then the number is not decreased that much also compared to the last one year. So anybody who bought it a year before, like last year, they would still be in profit. Now the people who are actually in loss are these 40% who or 47% who bought it in the last 12 months, right? And these are the guys who are sitting on a loss. Now, what does it mean? Has it happened before? Are we looking at a repeat of history? Definitely. If you look at the Bitcoin graph, right, we'll just max it out. We'll see the peaks and troughs that have happened earlier. So this is from if you look at this period 21 to 22, there is a lot of peaks and troughs in the curve. Similarly, in 2018, 2019, and you may not notice it, but between 2014, 2015, 2016, also there are a lot of peaks and troughs. We'll try and analyze that. Let's look at this previous one. Let's push that to the right a little bit. Yeah. Now, if you see this, Bitcoin sort of reached a high in 2018 or 2017 rather, about to about $19,000. That was the all-time high in the previous cycle, where in December of 2017 reached about $19,000, and eventually it crashed, and I think it reached an all-time low for that cycle to about 3,200. That means it went from 19,000 to 3,200. That's close to what, an 85% drop, very close to 85% drop. And this low point was almost a year after that. The high point was at December 2017. The lowest point that cycle was December 2018. Right? So we see a year after that 80%, 85% drop. Let's try and go back a little bit, 4 years behind, right? Because Bitcoin has this for every 4 year halving cycle, and a lot of interesting things happen when. No, let me just try and expand the graph. Yeah, now if you can see this peak here, right? This peak was in December of 2013, where Bitcoin price hit probably over little over $1,000 or so. And then if you look at this period here in January of 2015, it went down to $200, right? So that means from December of 2013 to January of 2015, there is another 82% kind of a drop. And if you look at the time span, that's also almost a year. So will history repeat itself? I'm betting on that. I really think history is going to repeat itself. Why? Because Bitcoin has a 4-year cycle where every 4 years the Bitcoin mining that reduces by half. That induces a supply shock and there's a price rally. And after the price rally, which is usually for about 15 to 18 months, then the prices start crashing again. Most of the coins or most of the tokens are strongly correlated to Bitcoin, and hence, if Bitcoin moves up, most coins will go up. If Bitcoin moves down, most will go down, and the entire cycle is or the entire market is carried by Bitcoin. Now let's try and see this. The all-time high was about 7 months ago, right, in November of 2021. So we saw the pattern. All-time high in 2013 was in December. All-time high in 2016 or 2017 was again in December. This is in November, very close, around those dates. Today it's 7 months since then. It is about 60% down since then. What I think will happen is in the next few months, the Fed is going to continue to increase the interest rates because inflation is still high. And if the Fed continues to increase interest rates, that means money will get tighter and tighter. It will get, the cost of money goes up. The liquidity is going to get sucked out. Bitcoin as such is going to follow this curve, and because of the Fed sort of increasing the cost of money, that will accelerate this fall, and maybe in about 4 or 5 months we will see another the Bitcoin probably trending downwards, and I think personally this might reach 80% down from where this number was 7 months ago. Right, so 7 months ago it was 69,000. Let's say 70,000, close to 70,000. 80% down from there means that it can come down maybe less than 20,000. Right, so there is a high chance that Bitcoin can actually come down less than 20,000 if we look at previous cycles and predict that the same thing will happen in this cycle. It's already down 60%. So for you as an investor, when is the right time to enter? Well, I would say keep a close watch between the next 3 months to 3 to 5 months. Right? See how the prices are trending. If the prices are going down below, from the all-time high, if it has reduced, down 75% at least, then I think it's a great time to go and buy, because the price would have trended below $25,000. The bottom is somewhere around that. Bottom is somewhere like it'll start going very close to the bottom. So if it has already crossed 75% from its all-time high, then it means that it is reaching towards the bottom, and that could be a great buying opportunity zone. And I would suggest that if you are thinking of investing, then do your own research on this. But I strongly feel that that is the zone where it might be a great opportunity to get into Bitcoin. And along with that, as I always say, don't get into only one token. Get into a number of tokens, at least 30 to 40. Diversify your portfolio. So from now to the next, let's say 3 to 5 months, do your research. Make sure you have a strong list of tokens that you probably want to buy, and buy them in like small amounts over a period of 3 to 5, between that 3 to 5 month period. That would be a great strategy to accumulate for the next crypto cycle, which will come up in probably 2024.